Org. Sponsored by Education Quest Foundation. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
After a long, hot summer, are you ready for fall? What about your home? Is your heating system ready for cooler temperatures ahead? Call Bryant for your fall heating check. No matter what brand of equipment you own, Bryant's trained technicians will thoroughly clean and inspect your furnace or heat pump to make sure you stay warm, safe, and comfortable. Call today to schedule your home heating check. 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Tired of asking what's for dinner? Nourished for Life has got you covered. At Nourished, they're a local meal prep company that delivers fresh, chef-crafted, healthy meals straight to your door. Made from wholesome ingredients and ready when you are. No shopping, no chopping. Just heat, eat, and enjoy every night of the week. Fuel your busy days with balanced meals that are designed to keep you satisfied and energized. Visit nourishedforlife.co to purchase meals and taste the convenience of home-cooked comfort without the hassle. It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier power sports dealership. Get geared up for savings like you've never seen before during Elway Days. Their biggest sale of the year runs October 14th through the 18th when every red tagged machine is priced at invoice plus $300. That's it. No freight, no setup, no extra fees. Don't miss out on these epic savings. Elway Power Sports of Lincoln has you covered all under one roof with a large selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, motorcycles, and personal watercraft at their 27th and I-80 location.
Imagine hitting rewind on your life 10, even 20 years. With testosterone therapy from Limitless Male, you can turn back the aging clock and get your edge, energy, and confidence back. If you've lost your drive, sleep deprived, muscle loss, belly fat, irritable, you're not the guy you once were. Get your T levels checked at Limitless Male. More and more men are realizing hormone replacement can turn back the clock. Schedule your free consult at limitlessmale.com.
Hi, this is Pastor Tom. Did you know there's a place kids can seek out help when they're away from home and something goes wrong? They find themselves in a difficult spot or even a dangerous situation. Maybe another child is bullying them or a stranger is following them. Perhaps on a date and things just go bad. In Lincoln, here's where they can find help. It's called Safe Place. Safe Place is a national program for children taking place in thousands of cities across the United States. The People City Mission is sponsoring this program in our community and has set up a number of businesses, fire stations, schools, and nonprofits around the city to become safe locations where kids can seek out help. They just need to look for the big yellow sign that says Safe Place on it. Then go inside and ask for help. We will be quickly connected to them and ensure they make it back home or to whatever resources are needed. If you'd like to find out more about Safe Place and ways in which you can get involved, just go to pcmlincoln.org. Remember, when we all do a little, we change a lot.
Serve Nebraska believes that volunteers are part of what makes Nebraska great. Each year, the Step Forward Awards honors volunteers from across the state who serve their communities in outstanding ways. We hope you'll join us this year at the Step Forward Awards luncheon on October 27th in Omaha. Help us thank volunteers with a celebration to remember. To register, visit serve.nebraska.gov and click Register Now. We hope to see you there. Paid for by Serve Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
You never think cancer will happen to you. I smoked for over 40 years. My doctor recommended that I get annual lung cancer screening. They were able to catch my cancer at stage 1. It's never too late to quit. Even if you're still smoking, you need to ask your doctor about annual lung cancer screening. Just 30 minutes a year could save your life.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Husker fans know when you work together, great things happen. At Cornhusker Bank, they're more than your financial partner. With 5 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Omaha, they're your neighbors, your teammates, and your biggest fans. Whether you're saving for your first home, planning your future, or growing your business, they're right here in Nebraska to help you move forward together. Visit cornhusker.bank to learn more. Cornhusker Bank, member FDIC. Doing life together.
Deciding on a college with your high school senior can be a little overwhelming for parents. But applying for money to pay for it is simple. FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid, is now easier than ever with fewer questions and faster fill-out times. If you have a high school senior, now is the time to apply for thousands of dollars for classes, books, and housing. Get started, Nebraska, at dothefafsa.org. Sponsored by Education Quest Foundation. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Strap up your headgear and lock in on Husker Wrestling. This is All In on 93.7 The Ticket with two-time All-American Caleb Smith.
Caleb Smith looking to end this one with a fall at 125. And Smith able to rock back. Now he's got him tights, and he gets the fall.
And Caleb Smith enjoying himself here. He will get the 2-0 victory. Avenges his loss from earlier in the year, and that is his 100th career victory. Congratulations, Caleb Smith.
And 2025 national champion, Ridge Lovett.
But notice Ridge elevates his head.
He's using his head.
He's using his forehead.
Oh, my goodness.
And hips up.
Short time.
Right down to the wire. And the drought is over. Nebraska with a national champion for the first time since 2011. What started in Post Falls, Idaho, is punctuated in Philadelphia. Ridge Lovett in his 6th year, a title winner.
All In is sponsored by Stevens and Smith Construction. Here are your hosts of All In, Caleb Smith and Ridge Lovett.
Welcome back to All In. Caleb Smith here, your host, covering everything about the Skurs. And this week was a great week for the Skurs. I got to tell you, we have 5 different team dubs.
Yeah, let's rack them up here. Volleyball, 2 wins. Basketball, win. Women's basketball, men and women's basketball, both wins. Husker Wrestling, you guys take down Army, 33-3, big win.
Oh, yeah.
Personal win. You got some hardware as well,
yeah.
I see. You got the gold medal. We'll get into that, I'm sure, as well. What am I missing here? Bowling, they placed, I think they had a tough week, actually. I think they might have got 7th down there in Texas. 402-464-5685. I hope I'm not leaving anybody out, but a lot of wins is my point. We were winning big time just about everywhere we went. And then, of course, UCLA, Nebraska, we go win in the Rose Bowl as well.
And it looked like a home game, kind of. I mean, partially. For being in LA, that's really impressive.
That was their attendance record of the year.
Yeah, crazy.
Versus a 6-win Nebraska team coming all the way from the Midwest. I just love Husker Nation sometimes.
I do too, and I love when TJ Lateef lets it loose. He looked like a dog.
He's a bad man.
He if it was a puzzle piece, he fit right in. There's not a lot of adjustment that needs to go on. I mean, he didn't get sacked. He was moving in the pocket pretty good. Emmett Johnson went stupid again. Put some respect on his name. It's about time.
That's what surprised me the most with TJ Lateef, though, is just how poised he was.
Yeah.
I know that's his home state. I think he's played high school national champions in that Rose Bowl. So it's not like he was completely new to it, but the poise. Yeah. I mean, if you were walking in blind, you wouldn't have guessed that was his first true start. Well, it was his first true start. I mean, he got reps versus Houston Christian and Akron, but not to belittle those teams, it's a little bit of a difference. But like, he never looked like a freshman quarterback out there.
No, he looked like a seasoned vet. He knew exactly where to throw the ball, when to throw it. I mean, he had 2 incompletions. That's almost unheard of in college athletics, let alone your first game. He played like a baller, and I think he's got something special.
Yeah, he's absolutely incredible. And let's get to YouTube. We got Teresa joining us. Says, love you having Caleb on this show. He's a big asset. I'll give you some news here. It is his show. So he runs it. You get to see him every time we do this one. It is Caleb Smith. And then Harrison R is just running the board. No Ridge Lovett today. I think he probably just did it to get out of push-ups because I think he was wrong again, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He owes like 300. As much as he talks about he's going to pay his debt, he's at like 300 push-ups.
He's trying to switch it up on me and just get it all back in one. So we're not going to let him off the hook for that. He's got to get strong.
Absolutely not. Can't let him off the hook.
I guess we'll just let him do it in the snow. That's probably a little bit better.
Well, I was kind of hoping he'd be in tonight because it's really cold.
Yes.
And I know he's due for like 300. And I was like, we get this man 300.
He's going to have to rack him up. And you guys see it.
Yeah. Absolutely hilarious. We got DP hopping in the studio as well.
I got to interrupt his flow. Let me just say congratulations to the gold medalists.
Thank you.
To the gold medalists, go to New York, handle your business, Caleb Smith.
Appreciate you.
Harrison, you don't know, you didn't bring the gold medal out, bro? You didn't put on the gold medal?
No, I held it. I held it. We're going to get to that beautiful piece of hardware.
Listen, I'll get a picture with it later, but I want to say congratulations, man. I'm so proud of you. Can't stand it.
Appreciate you.
And if you guys were watching the stream, you just saw DP flash a nice bit of hardware for all the listeners. And it's on the table now. Now we got to get to it.
Yeah,
Ridge,
we got to.
or not Ridge. Caleb Smith, what were you doing over the week?
I was wrestling at the Bill Farrow. It's a international tournament in New York at the New York Athletic Cup by Central Park, and went out there and dominated this weekend. Ended up beating the number seventh ranked person in the world, and Tech Fallen number 36. Had a clean super duck at the end. I've been practicing it. It was beautiful, but it was a fun weekend. I had a lot of fun. Learned a lot too.
How were you feeling heading into that one? I mean, because you just mentioned there's some serious competition.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it was something I was praying a lot about, and God told me for some certain reason that was going to be my tournament. And my grandma prayed for me, as we always do before the tournament, and she anointed me with oil. And that's just something that I did for my faith. And obviously, when you're beating the seventh ranked dude and you've never wrestled a foreigner, like, that's kind of impressive, especially when I haven't been wrestling freestyle my whole life. Those guys, that's the only style they wrestle.
I totally forgot it was freestyle as well.
Yeah. So they don't even wrestle folk style. So, like, I feel like I got years of growth to catch up and gain these guys, and I'm already competing right there. Just a true blessing.
How'd you get ready for that so quick? Because again, that's not your forte, and not the college wrestling world's forte, obviously.
I feel like, well, mainly it's on your feet, and I'm pretty good at my feet, especially if I'm attacking. This weekend, that's something I made a point was I'm not going to worry about my defense as much, and I'm going to focus on trying to get the legs, even if I don't score. Because originally I thought that a world champ, his name's Ono, he was going to be there, and I was like, I just want a shot at him. I want to see what I could do, and he didn't get to go because he had a national tournament back home in Japan, so he had to go to that. But
he got lucky.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was ready for him, but regardless, it's pretty much the same. The only thing that's a little different is I feel like if you're athletic, really athletic, like I am, then it favors you more. It's not as much of a.
That makes sense. A lot of quick twitch up on your feet.
Exactly. And if you got some tricks, then you can really get something done.
So how many matches was it that you wrestled?
I wrestled 3.
3. Okay.
Yeah.
And then tell me about just that last match.
Last match, he took me down first with something crazy. Like, I've never seen it. I basically had a takedown, and then he flipped me over and got me. And he got a trap arm, which means my arm's stuck like this, and he's wrapped around my arms. And every time in freestyle that your back touches the mat, like, or rolls against the mat, that's 2 points. So he rolled me, and I just stayed on my back, so he didn't get any more points. But the problem is, if your shoulder blades touch, you get pinned real quick. It's called a touch fall.
So you're trying not to roll, but you're keeping that other shoulder blade
Like,
up.
I was trying to arch it a little bit, holding on, and then after that, I took him down, and it was over after that. I started breaking him. I double-legged him for 4, which means you take him off his feet and put him to his back. And then I super ducked him. Like, I took a shot, and I didn't even
What's the super duck for those?
I got to show you the video.
Okay.
But it's like, basically, it's the equivalent to breaking somebody's ankles in wrestling. Like, the dude falls down. Here, a little clip, but the dude falls down before you even get to him. You kind of throw one hand up, fake them out, and they go to reach you. When they reach you, you pull it back, and then you're behind them.
Okay.
You just disappear.
We'll have to. I wonder if you might want to send that to me so we can share it on our ticket account as well.
Yeah.
That dude lost his ankles.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. He got embarrassed. But shout out to my man Liam Cronin, James Green, and all the great training partners in Nebraska for getting me ready. And Peyton Robb, he got 2 medals this weekend, which, when you're wrestling elite level guys like that normally doesn't happen because that's something you do in like middle school, maybe high school. But when you're wrestling these guys who are doing this for their whole life and professionally, like, that's unheard of. So he got 2 silver medals, balled out, and Christian Lance ended up getting 3rd. Nebraska RTC was doing something special this weekend.
Man, it's just been that kind of growth from the wrestling program has been unreal. And we saw it in the Army. We saw it obviously with you over the weekend as well. Picking up a lot of accolades here. So obviously you guys had the Army. You had individual as well. You go win there. You get a championship. You said that was your first one?
Yeah, that was my first international competition.
Yeah. All right, and you get first place there. And for everybody, go watch the stream. Beautiful. piece of hardware that he brought back. Is that all you got? It was just the medal? You got a nice. Okay. Yeah, I guess what's the best hardware for tournaments?
The MOW, the most outstanding wrestler.
What's that one look like?
It's like a little trophy. They're all different. Sometimes it's somebody wrestling another person. Sometimes it's just somebody in their stance.
Okay.
But I mean, I feel like it came down to me or Bo Bassett, and Bo Bassett's Tech Fall national finalist. So, and he's in high school. So I mean, yeah, you got it. What can you say?
Well, that being said, what's coming up next for you guys? Obviously, you guys are going to be leaving here pretty quickly this week because you got duels coming up.
Yep. National duels are coming up. It's going to be a big tournament for the team and really every team that's going to be there. And it's $1 million pot. So time to make some money.
And Nebraska's the second seed in that?
Second seed in that. Yep.
Iowa got the 1?
I think Iowa got the 1 and Ohio State maybe got the 3 or something like that, or 4, one of the 2.
Yeah, I know it was Nebraska. I know Iowa got the 1 because Nebraska 2 and 1. I was a little bit surprised by Iowa getting that 1. Did they get a lot of success recruiting? Is a little bit just their history in the past still holding them in that spot?
I'd definitely say it's like the Alabama effect.
Yeah,
they got a good name, so why not? And some people might not expect us to keep the same success going, but they're going to be surprised.
Okay. And then do you know who the first matchup is for some? Obviously, you guys going to have
Lehigh.
7.
I think they're.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
There's Lehigh.
Lehigh. Should be some good matchups.
Okay. Who are some of the names? Like, does Lehigh got any big time contenders?
I mean,
it's all pretty good teams in there.
Yeah, they're pretty good teams. The 125 pounder beat me in the quarterfinals last year.
Okay.
We've had some history in the past, but he beat me, and he's ranked 5th right now. So be good test for whoever's out there, Kale or Allen. I don't know who I feel like they'll both wrestle as they're figuring things out. They're young. Kale had a tough loss this weekend in overtime, but he was right there. I mean, and I think that's just part of the maturity and part of stepping up as that first guy is something that's unspoken, but it's hard to do. That's when the crowd is the most into it. So you hear a lot more than you do whenever they're at heavyweight.
Especially that Friday.
Oh, yeah. And if they're packing, I mean, that's added pressure, but pressure is a privilege. And as you mature and start to figure things out, get the butterflies out, I think that both of those guys are going to rise to the occasion.
Yeah, and we've talked to Ridge about this. We've talked to Coach Manning. We've talked to you about it. Like for a lot of wrestlers, it's kind of individual when that moment happens. To where whether it's a big win or a close loss versus someone really good, where you kind of have that moment where it clicks, and then like you said, the butterflies, they're still there, but they're not taking over you physically.
Yeah, exactly. It's like your epiphany moment.
Yes.
The moment that changes you. And it happens in an instant. You just got to be ready for the second that it happens. I mean, you don't want to miss the opportunity.
Yeah, and that's just, you guys are just built different. And then there's that switch that happens for you guys. And then that's how you get the Antrell Taylors, the AJ Ferraris, Caleb Smith. You look like you're on your run right now, getting some nice hardware as well.
Oh, yeah.
How you feeling this season? I mean, off to a pretty good start already.
I think that we're going to be so good, and we're not going to be sneaky good anymore. I think in the
past,
that was the thing. We're like, oh, they're sneaky good. Nah, now it's Nebraska is really good, and they're going to be really good for a long time. That's what I'm most excited for. I think as the season goes on, one thing our coaches do really good every year, and I don't really understand how, but they just got the system down, is they know when to peak our athletes. A lot of times you see people having a great season. Oh, they're killing it. Yep, this person's going to win it for sure, 100%. Then a couple weeks pass, oh, killing it. Next thing you know, season comes, and it's the big-time tournaments, the ones that count. What happened? Like, that doesn't happen here. Well, I'd be more surprised if somebody doesn't peak at the end, because that's just how we train. And, we're unfinished products. That's something our coaches always say, which is instilled into us. And that's the reason why we peak, too, because they push us mentally. Like, they tell us that, and every single day I think that. And I'm like, all right, I got more work to do. No matter how much success I had. And
yeah, that's a good point, too, because you do notice that trend. And it's probably one of the toughest things for, I'd imagine, wrestling coaches to deal with. Because it is such a sport that asks and demands a lot from the athlete already, and you gotta hover on this fine line of being in shape and being overworking yourself to where you said you peak at the wrong time, and then you get to the end of the season, you're already worn out. The best of what you had happened in the middle of the season. Now you're in this postseason, and you're not even the same wrestler. Not because you lack the talent and the skill, you're worn out. And Coach Manning and just that entire coaching staff, I don't want to give it just him, does a really good job in keeping you guys just hovering that fine line. How does he kind of, if you could describe it, like how he gets that team to push itself and not, taking it easy, but also not going overboard to where you guys get to the end of the season and you're in no shape to peak at the right moment?
First thing I would say is his leadership. He shows us what it looks like to work. Like, even after he coaches a practice, he's getting in bike sprints. For what? Like, what are you training for? He's just doing it because he loves it. And like, when you see that every day, and when you see our coaches like Coach Snyder, Coach Travell, Coach James Green, all of our coaches wrestle. Coach Kokish, they all wrestle. So that's like, they're in there with us battling every single day. They know what we feel like. And, at the same time, it's because we have such great leaders, it's led from within the team as well. The guys get onto each other, they hold each other accountable, but they also lift each other up. And that's a part of every great team, is having internal leaders.
And how is the leader? What does the leadership actually kind of look like that on that team? Because you got some loud voices, you got some humble workers. There's always that leadership where you do it through example, and then you do it through vocally. Who are the leaders kind of on this Nebraska team right now?
I feel like the most vocal person probably is Brock Hardy.
Okay.
He holds everybody accountable. He does most of the warm-ups in the morning, and that's a big role, because that's that person they're leading you through getting ready for practice, and he's a national finalist, so why wouldn't we want to see what he does to get ready for practice? But he's real vocal. I would say Antrell Taylor, he's vocal too when he needs to be, but it's more his work. You see him doing extra work when you're like, dude, you're the best, and he's working like he's the worst.
Yeah, well, he's just throwing dudes.
Yeah.
Crazy strength on him too, and that's a guy that, if he leads by example, he doesn't have to say anything for people to understand why he's good.
Exactly.
Like, you just shut up and watch, because obviously it's working pretty well for a guy like Antrell Taylor. We are live on the Brick and Mortar, 402-464-5685. If you guys want to get any questions in before we go to break, definitely go ahead and do so. We got Joe Bud off of YouTube. Joe Bud. Okay, we got Hardy. We'll just call him Hardy off of YouTube, saying let's go. Well, just made an explicitive he put in there as well, and he shouts out P. Rob as well. Who are some of the unsung heroes, especially for that coaching staff?
As far as the athletes or the
coaching staff wise, because I know it's not a huge unit, but everyone's always talks Coach Manning. But I mean, Manning, credit to him, he's done a good job surrounding himself with great coaches.
Right. I would say, honestly, all of them. Like, I feel like if I just take one, that's just not giving them enough credit. All of them.
Fair enough.
They work together.
So shout out maybe one or two of some of the great coaching staff.
Travell DeLagner.
They're all great, obviously.
For sure. And I'm just going to say it. James Green and also Coach Snyder. But I think Travell DeLagner, the way that he explains wrestling, makes it so simple, and in our head it gets twisted, and we think like, oh my gosh, I got to do this, because you do. It's like golf. They tell you fix your swing. You're doing 10 different things. You can't do them all. But he explains it to a level that you can understand, and you believe that you can do it, and the next thing you know, you can. And I just think that stylistically for our team, like the people that shape our style would be Coach Snyder and James Green, just because they like to get after it on their feet, and they're quick with their snaps, and you see a lot of snaps on our team. As well as a lot of underhooks.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's pretty cool. But also Coach Weeda, I call him Coach Weeda, Tyler Weeda. He's our trainer, but he's kind of like an unsung hero, you would say, because for trainers, they don't have to do a whole lot. But talk about hard work. Like, he's one of the hardest working people I've ever met. He's in there not for no reason, for his health, but like, when they tell us to live the right lifestyle, they're doing it. He's fasting. He taught me about fasting and how to work on my diet and whatnot, and change the game for me. And mentally, he's like somebody that will push you to your breaking point, and you have to get there, and he'll encourage you when you do. And he wants to make you fail. That's his job, but I don't let him break me too much. Sometimes he does. Yeah.
Well, it's been working out well so far, especially last year. And then we're only going to keep looking forward to what's on the table for this year's wrestling squad, along with all of Husker Athletics. As this is All In, we're here with Caleb Smith. You guys are welcome to join in, like I said, via the streams or the Starter Heyman text line. We got through with a break. On the other side, though, I do want to talk about Bud Crawford, Jordan Burroughs, and any of the moments he may have had on that awesome Friday night match versus Army. If you guys went there, you know it was a loaded room, lots of really some of the best talent to walk through Nebraska, not just Nebraska, Husker Athletics, but obviously Bud Crawford, best pound-for-pound fighter right now, undisputed. Plenty of great faces there. Don't go anywhere. We got to throw it to break right here. This is All In with Caleb Smith, Harrison Arns on the ones and twos.
Barbershop experience? Stop into Scissors and Scotch today. I know what you're thinking. Drink during a haircut? Don't worry. First comes the precision cut from one of their experienced barbers, followed by your complimentary cocktail in their upscale lounge. Scissors and Scotch blends your old school barber feel with your favorite watering hole. And now you can earn $10 off by simply mentioning the ticket. And if you're an existing member, still mention the ticket for an exclusive offer. Offer valid at Lincoln location only. Scissors and Scotch, located just south of 30th and Yankee Hill, and online at lincoln.scissorscotch.com.
There's no better way to spark a child's imagination than to get lost in the adventure of a good book. I'm Jenny Benson, president of NSEA. Working together, parents and teachers can help every child succeed. You can help by reading to your child and let your child read to you. Encourage reading in your home and make it a priority. Make reading fun and a time that you and your child look forward to spending together.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association in this station.
This is how we do every day. We be grinding, and if you want to come and text us,
if you love them enough to turn off your music and pretend like their music is your music,
this is Mommy's jam,
then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Let's play it again.
Check today at nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Hi, this is Pastor Tom. Did you know there's a place kids can seek out help when they're away from home and something goes wrong? They find themselves in a difficult spot or even a dangerous situation. Maybe another child is bullying them or a stranger is following them. Perhaps on a date and things just go bad. In Lincoln, here's where they can find help. It's called Safe Place. Safe Place is a national program for children taking place in thousands of cities across the United States. The People Seating Mission is sponsoring this program in our community and has set up a number of businesses, fire stations, schools, and nonprofits around the city to become safe locations where kids can seek out help. They just need to look for the big yellow sign that says Safe Place on it. Then go inside and ask for help. We will be quickly connected to them and ensure they make it back home or to whatever resources are needed. If you'd like to find out more about Safe Place and ways in which you can get involved, just go to pcmlincoln.org. Remember, when we all do a little, we change a lot.
1 in 3 adults has prediabetes. 1 in 3. That means it could be you, your football buddy, your football buddy, or you, your best man, your worst man, you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. While 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. That's doihaveprediabetes.org.
Wait, did they just say 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes? That's 33.33333% of adults. That means it could be me, my boss, or my boss's boss, or me, my favorite sister, or my other sister. That's 7 members of my 21-person romantic book club. Wait, the 1 in 3 could be me, my karaoke partner Carol, or my karaoke enemy Jeff. I'm going to take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Nebraska State Veterans Homes are here to serve veterans, their spouses, surviving spouses, and Gold Star parents. Join your fellow veterans and their families at one of our homes in Bellevue, Kearney, Norfolk, or Scottsbluff. With a sliding scale to determine your financial contribution, an excellent clinical team, and plenty of fun activities, our homes are the perfect retirement choice. Learn more at veterans.nebraska.gov/homes. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station. The Nebraska State Veterans Homes are here to serve veterans, their spouses, surviving spouses, and Gold Star parents. Join your fellow veterans and their families at one of our homes in Bellevue, Kearney, Norfolk, or Scottsbluff. With a sliding scale to determine your financial contribution, an excellent clinical team, and plenty of fun activities, our homes are the perfect retirement choice. Learn more at veterans.nebraska.gov/homes. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Tired of asking what's for dinner? Nourished for Life has got you covered. At Nourished, they're a local meal prep company that delivers fresh, chef-crafted, healthy meals straight to your door. Made from wholesome ingredients and ready when you are. No shopping, no chopping. Just heat, eat, and enjoy every night of the week. Fuel your busy days with balanced meals that are designed to keep you satisfied and energized. Visit nourishedforlife.co to purchase meals and taste the convenience of home-cooked comfort without the hassle.
Here at Aspen Builders, our company is building more homes today than I thought we would ever build.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
You know, I am just shocked at how strong our market is here in Lincoln and at Aspen Builders. We're probably helping people right now more than ever get into a new home. We've been able to find pieces of ground we can develop affordably and keep our lot prices down a little bit. I think with our volume discounts and our office staff, 35 years of experience, we figure out a plan that's going to work great for you. We make it perfect. We make it fit your price range. All of this is part of the reason we're so busy.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Back to Late Night in Lincoln live on 93.7 The Ticket. Here are your hosts, Harrison Arons and Derek Pearson.
Welcome back in. Apologies, wrong intro on that one. This is not Late Night in Lincoln. This is All In with Husker wrestler Caleb Smith. Harrison Arons on the ones and twos. We'll use the music, though. Not a bad track. Nonetheless, let's talk about a little bit more on Friday night. As Hardy mentions on YouTube, Friday was rocking. And I told you off air, I think Nebraska wrestling has made a bit of a jump, because I was down there at Lincoln Bar and Grill, and guess what all the TVs had on? Husker wrestling, baby. Shout out Lincoln Bar and Grill as well for doing that. But it's gotten to that point to where, you know, if there's a big match, you're going to show up to places on Lincoln, and that's what's going to be on TV. And it was awesome to see that. I didn't have to ask anybody, like, hey, big match going on Friday. Can you turn that on? It was on. Everybody was watching it already. And there's some extra reasons for that. We'll get into it. Bud Crawford was there. Jordan Burroughs was there, on top of a ton of alumni, former champions as well. Did you have any opportunities to talk to Burrow or Crawford, or any moments where they talked to the team that you're allowed to talk about on there?
I didn't get to have any personal interaction with them, but the team said that they got to say what's up to them, dap them up real quick.
That's right. I keep forgetting.
Yeah, that's okay. But they said that it was pretty cool. And obviously Jordan Burroughs, he'll talk to anybody. Super cool dude.
Mm-hmm.
Super humble.
Which is a crazy thing to be when you can literally destroy any human in front of you.
Yeah, exactly.
To be the most humble guy in the room at the same time.
He's a weapon, literally.
Yeah.
But he's super cool. And they got their banners, Strelly and Ridge.
Yep.
Seemed like it was pretty cool. And I think, like you said, Nebraska's kind of turning the point. I think that was the 6th most in attendance for the home opener, alumni night, which is pretty sick.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of other big ones coming up. I know Oklahoma State's another big match. A lot of people are circling, and that's just a good program. And again, you mentioned it before, Nebraska's no longer sneaking up on people. It's like, no, you're coming here and you got to face Nebraska, and you know it's going to be a damn good program that you have to go against. And that's kind of this jump, and I feel like that's where the eyes have been going to. Where one thing about Husker fans, they like winners.
Oh, for sure.
You start winning, we start watching. And football, we're always going to watch, as we've proven, but volleyball, they start winning. Everyone now it's the play that you can make an argument. You credit Penn State, Wisconsin, some of the other, really good volleyball programs. You can make an argument though that Nebraska was the nail in the coffin to make it pro.
Gotta be.
Like there was no pro volleyball. Then volleyball day at Nebraska happened. And then the rest of the world was like, okay, maybe there's some real opportunity and money in this. Same thing for bowling. Those guys start winning. Those guys are probably one of the more watched bowling programs across the entire country.
Yeah.
And soccer, when they had, I think it was Eleanor Dale, they didn't goal score anything. They started seeing an uptick. So, I mean, when you start winning, and Nebraska fans will show up for it, and I think you're starting to see that shift in wrestling where it's no longer sneaking up on Nebraska fans either. It's like, hey, did you hear about the wrestling program? Like, now they know. Like, this is a program to watch. And again, it all just goes back to everything that Coach Bain, the rest of the coaching staff, Antrell Taylor, Ridge Lovett, what they've done, now your example, and what you're going to leave behind as well as you make it through this season and what's left to come. But where there's enough tradition, history, and then especially jumping off of last year's success to where you kind of feel this train taking off. And then you got a guy like AJ Ferrari, who's just the ultimate splash towards the end there after what was already an awesome season. And then you got a I'm sure you watched him as well. He has the classic splits for the audience.
With the bones, baby.
He did throw the
Throwing
bones,
the bones.
which was awesome to see, especially if you're gonna have the black mat, you got to throw the bones.
Got to.
And you saw quite a few people doing that. What was it like, just kind of being able to see all the results and how well the guys did?
Oh, it was awesome. Like I said, there's no place like Devaney. The volleyball games are crazy, but if we could get wrestling to look a little bit more like volleyball, that would be awesome. And it looks like we're headed in the right direction, but it's always electric. And because it's inside, it feels way louder than it might be. But that's the vibe you want. That's what a wrestling match is supposed to be like. You're supposed to get after it, get hyped, get loud. You don't want to be quiet. It's not supposed to be a pin drop sport.
No, it's supposed to be a raucous environment. And by the sights and sounds, it certainly was. With those banners hanging, awesome for Antrell Taylor, awesome for Ridge Lovett. Their memory, that moment will forever be represented in there. It'll always be a memory for Husker fans. They are now cemented into history. That do anything for your fire when you see those two banners? You're like, a third one would look pretty nice up there, or maybe 4, maybe 5.
I think that they'll it's gonna start making people get a lot more, like you said. I think they might start adding to it every single year. That's what we're hoping for.
How do you set your goals? Like, are you a manifestation person? Are you a day-by-day person? Like, how do you get yourself, I don't say hyped, but just like locked in and focused on what the goals are? Because everyone's always a little bit different.
My faith, really. Like when I'm reading my Bible, I'm praying, I'm fasting. That's whenever I'm the most locked in. And I just try to think about the most crazy thing. And I tell myself that's exactly what's going to happen. And every day I tell myself every single day that this is going to happen, or I am the Olympic champion. I am the world champion. I say that every day, about 5 times a day in the mirror, and it happens.
I like it. A little bit of both, leaning on prayer, manifestation. I mean, I think that's the best way to do it. And you hear a lot of athletes talk that way of like, why it's so important to visualize it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, to you, why does that matter?
Because you got to be there so many times before you actually get to that moment so you can have success. If it's your first time, it's like a pop quiz. You get a pop quiz, you might freak out. You might do bad. Yeah. You never know. But if you've been there so many times, it's not a new moment to you. It's not a big moment. It's not a small moment. It's just a regular day. And when you can control your nerves like that and be calm under pressure, that's usually whenever you start to see legends start to be born.
Yeah, and I think that's a good point. And that's where you kind of see it with like a lot of the freshman wrestlers too, where they just haven't visualized it enough yet.
Yeah.
And sometimes by no fault of their own. Like, it's part of just being a freshman as well. It's hard to visualize your very first collegiate match. And then you get a few reps under your belt. Now you can kind of start visualizing, okay, this is what it needs to look like. Tell me more about the faith part. Has this always been a thing for you that you're going to lean on? Is it like from youth to where you are now? Because I'll be honest, I grew up in a Catholic school, faith-based. Kind of leaned off a little bit, ironically enough, and then, full circle back to it because I was missing it and kind of realized like I need something to center me because I'm just kind of going all directions. Why is faith important in you?
It's been important to me since my birth. Like when I was born premature, I was born at 32 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And when I came out, I was like 3.6 pounds. Like I could fit in your hand.
That's crazy. You end up being one of the baddest dudes.
Yeah, exactly. And me and my mom were both supposed to die, but we were saved by grace and we didn't. And they had to choose one. Then ultimately my dad wanted to choose me because he was like, I can have another baby, but can't get my wife back, and God saved both of us. And then I had asthma so bad, like that I was in ICU for 45 days after that, and had asthma so bad that they said I wouldn't be able to play sports, and that's my best asset. It's my gas tank. So I mean, it's nothing but God for me, and I've been through a lot to be able to show me that God's real.
How'd you just keep driving? Because like when a lot of people, normal humans, right? They'll get to you'll never play sports, and then they go compete high school, and then they're good in high school, and that was it. And it's like I did it. I did the thing that nobody said I could do. You did the thing that nobody said you could do. Then you did it at an elite level, and now you're doing it at one of the best programs in wrestling. Like, how do you just keep pushing the boundary of like, I know it's good. I've accomplished more than I should have. Should have with quotation marks, right? Because like no one knows God's plan. But how do you just keep pushing through and saying it's not good enough? I can still keep going.
I think my family always taught me to dream big and to chase my dreams. And that's something that I always just believed in. And I remember I used to watch motivational videos, like instead of playing video games when I was younger. And I would just see them talk and how they would talk. And then at one point I started studying like all the great athletes' mindsets. Like every year I would do a different one. When I first started, it was Muhammad Ali. Then it was Conor McGregor. Then it was Mike Tyson. Then it was Kobe Bryant. Then it was Michael Jordan. Like, it's always been somebody that I think is better than me at their sport to learn from them. And Tom Brady. And after I got some success, originally I was racing buses and I was having asthma attacks every day. And something about that, like me thinking I could beat the bus, was like, I like that feeling. I like whenever somebody might not think I can, and then I do. And I like training. And after I found myself, starting to like it, I got into wrestling, and I had a double leg the first day, took this dude off his feet. I was like, I like that. Like, that was cool. I want to do that again. And as I started accomplishing things, I just told myself, like, I want more. And people told me, because I started late, like, you're not going to make varsity. I went 40-10 my first year. State qualifier, only underclassmen to qualify. And the next year I get fourth, only underclassmen to place. And I get third. And then I win it. And then I place at my first national tournament right as I leave high school. I lost first round, got third, fought all the way back. Then I go to App State and I have success. And I'm beating all these guys, and I'm become the 5th seed. And then I'm like, all right, well, I want more than that. I want to be number 1 seed. I want to win it. So then I choose to go grow and change, and things just start to fall into place when you do the right things.
Well said. I think that is one of the most true statements. If you do the right things, things will fall in place. Usually not instantly, but over time, I think your career is a pretty good example of that. If you just keep pushing that boundary and doing it the right way, good things are bound to happen. With that being said, we got to throw it to our final break here. Don't go anywhere. This is All In. We got Caleb Smith, Husker wrestler, and then Harrison Arns just running the 1s and 2s back here, 1040 O Street, 93.7 The Ticket.
I'm Karen Carr. I've been a realtor for 31 years. When I made a company change 12 years ago, I chose Lincoln First Realty, now NP Dodge. It's the oldest independently owned realty company in the country. Since becoming NP Dodge, we've continued our tradition of community involvement. Our management and staff are always available to offer support in marketing, technology, social media, and educational opportunities.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Have you been looking for home technology upgrades but don't know where to turn? Online information can be contradicting and confusing. Lincoln's own experts at Diode Technologies can turn your living room into the place to watch your favorite sports. Whatever your vision is, Diode Tech is ready to make it a reality. From home theaters to outdoor entertainment spaces, they bring you along through the entire process to make sure you get exactly what you want. If you're ready to upgrade your entertainment space, visit Diode Tech online at diodetech.net or give them a call at 402-793-5124.
An exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes. Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
Come watch the Lincoln Stars on Saturday, November 15th as the Sioux Falls Stampede come to town. It's flyaway night as the Stars are giving away 2 round-trip flights to Orlando courtesy of the Lincoln Airport. Every ticket is a registration and you must be present at the game to win when the prize is drawn in the 3rd period. There's no Husker volleyball or football game that night, so pack the icebox on Saturday, November 15th against the Sioux Falls Stampede for flyaway night.
Attention all Wings fans, Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays enjoy 40% off boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.39 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today, 68th and O or in Williamsburg Village.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
I can't believe I just scratched that car. Find my insurance card.
Dude, what do you have in this glove box? Ew, are these socks dirty?
Oh, forget about the socks. I need my insurance card.
Just pull it up on the State Farm mobile app.
But I can do that? Oh, hey, I can do that.
Yep, it's called service.
I can file a claim on here too?
Yeah, it's called service.
Whoa, I can call my agent too?
It's called service.
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Krikak, today at 402-474-1173.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, the #1 fastest growing GMC dealer in the Omaha and Lincoln area. We are going to keep this train rolling in a big way with new half-ton and 4x4 pickup trucks starting at $12,500 off list price or 0% financing. You heard that right, $12,500 off list price or 0% financing. You pick which one works better for you. Please stop on in the dealership and meet the team or check us out at koppelcars.com. Stock number C280930. All deals with roof credit.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
All ticketing options for the 2026 Love Nebraska season are now available. Single match tickets start as low as $16, even cheaper if you want to bring a group. Don't miss your chance to see professional stars like Jordan Larson and Lexi Rodriguez in action this season. Purchase your preferred ticketing option today by visiting lovneb.com/tickets.
Now back to All In on 93.7 The Ticket with your hosts, Caleb Smith and Ridge Lovett.
All right, welcome back in. A final segment of All In with Caleb Smith. Harrison Arns on the ones and twos, talking everything Huskers, but obviously focused on Husker wrestling quite a bit today. This was an awesome weekend, obviously with the Friday match where they had Army coming in here. Excellent, dominant performance. Caleb Smith goes on his own journey, wins 3 matches, gets a gold and an international match as well. And what was the name of that guy from Japan who was number?
Ono.
Ono?
Yeah, that's his name.
You got any opportunities for Ono down the road?
Maybe at the ranking series tournament. That's where I'm hoping to get a lot of these guys.
Okay. That's always the beauty of wrestling too, is there's certain marquee matchups. And again, with wrestling, with the way it's scheduled, whether an injury or they just can't be there because they're going for somewhere else, like you get these marquee matchups that you can circle and just cross your fingers that we'll get to one of those. And I'm sure that's one that a lot of people would want to see, especially after you won it. A lot of people were probably, you catching some buzz after that one?
A little bit, nothing too crazy.
Okay.
But a little bit.
Okay. I'd imagine down the road here.
Eventually it's going to come in like no other, but I got to do some big things before that.
Well said. You and the Husker wrestling program as a whole, and I do believe things are heading in the right direction. Everything else, though, all in off of Huskers. Volleyball is still insane. We mentioned that a little bit as well. They have yet to lose a set to a Big Ten team.
They're just sweeping everybody.
They beat Illinois. I think that was the Friday. It might have been Thursday. I can't remember exactly what day it was, but they had a 48 hitting percentage, a .488.
That's great.
It's, I think the number 1 team in the country is Nebraska, but I think it hovers around .35, and they're hitting damn near 50%.
Yeah. How do you beat that? Like, what do you do?
I don't know what the comparisons are. So, like, how dominant that is. And it always feels, I always got to be careful because it's like, you don't want to call this like, man, this is the best Husker volleyball team you've ever seen, because it's almost disrespectful to teams in the past, because we've had teams that have gone undefeated. But they did lose to Texas that one year, but they were undefeated through that stretch. And then you do have national champions years prior with really great talent. Obviously, Jordan Larson's always a name that goes down in history, along with many other great volleyball players. But then they just keep raising the bar. And you're sitting here, and if they keep this up, and you never want to look too far ahead, but if they win the national championship, it's going to be hard to deny this being like one of the best just athletic teams to come through Husker sports, period.
For sure. And I mean, they're looking like they're on track to do that. They've been performing crazy. Like, just putting
I would
teams
not want
to
to play
shame.
him.
I would not want to play him either.
It's like
honestly, we were talking in the summer. Did we think that we could beat them? Nah, no shot. Like, it's not even close. We were like, yeah, probably not volleyball.
Maybe like the basketball team, you need just like tall dudes that can stand there and try to block everything.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to outplay them.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they're way ahead of us.
Yeah.
Way ahead of us.
And like, you're seeing that with other teams too. And shout out Jalen Reyes. He does such a great job breaking things down for us, because obviously assistant volleyball coach, with volleyball analytics too, they can always be a little bit not super misleading, but you can kind of miss the message. One of the things you'll see is like Nebraska's passer rating is pretty good, but some people say maybe it should be better. But what you're kind of seeing is teams are serving so aggressively against Nebraska that they're serving aggressively because they know if it turns into a volley back and forth, they just probably aren't going to win.
Yeah.
So they're kind of just sacrificing crazy serves that are really hard for Nebraska to track down, which I think, affects their passer rating a little bit. But that's just the result of teams kind of I don't want to say giving up, but giving up on a part of the game, just knowing if they go that route, there's no chance they're going to win. So you have teams just serving and really, really tough. And, it almost kind of worked out for Kentucky earlier in the year, but none of these Big Ten teams have had any success. I can't remember a team that's, been this dominant since, other than that undefeated volleyball team that ended up losing to, I think it was like Shaquille O'Neal's relation. I can't remember exactly how, but O'Neal on the Texas team, who was just incredible.
Texas, she was, I remember that.
Yeah.
I watched that game.
But, and again, just goes to show how good those guys are.
I think that they're going to be really special. I mean, they've already proven how special they are, but this could be one of those repeat years.
It could be.
I think it could be.
We'll see. I feel like they're probably good. I don't know if it's too late for it, but another match in PBA, because they sell that place out too. I mean, that place is just, and I love Husker Hoops basketball, women and men's, but it just, unless it was like that number one Purdue team, I always go back to like, man, I haven't really seen that type of pop either.
Yeah.
Like the volleyball team took PBA to like a place that I don't see it very often. I think I make you think, I'm like, man, we'll put a few more of those in there, because that place is rocking.
I would like to see it. I mean, they could get it packed.
Oh, they could sell anything. We found out. Like,
I mean, they did it for the football field, so what can't they do?
Yeah. Now I understand there's that relationship with the Bob, and it is such an iconic place. So if you want to stay there for tradition, I'm not going to say you need to go play a bunch of games at PBA, because the Bob is such an iconic place. But
it would be cool to see it sprout a little bit more.
They are going to up Bob a little bit here.
Really?
With some of the seating and add more seats into it. I can't remember exactly how they plan on doing it. They gave out some details. I don't think a ton of details, but they are going to up that place up a little bit as well. Add some more seats, because we've talked about some of those Husker volleyball ticket prices. Like if you got a girlfriend and she wants to go to a Husker volleyball game, pick up that overtime shift.
Yeah.
Because it's going to cost you.
You might need two of them.
You might.
It's going to cost you for sure.
I need a second job for just that week.
Yeah. For real.
I mean, some of those tickets are like $400 for a regular season game match.
It's pretty crazy.
And, two tickets, $800. And then it's like, after that, you might want to tell her, like, sorry, we just can't get hot dogs and beverages. Like, I'm already spread thin here. But, it just shows how good of a show it is.
I mean, it's crazy whenever that effect is taking to other teams when we go to travel there, too.
Oh, yeah. Attendance records in other states.
And they're like, oh, we're going to make some more money because Nebraska comes. Yeah, you are.
Yeah. Single season attendance record for UCLA with Husker football.
Yeah. Crazy. Nebraska just travels so well, and it helps every time. And you definitely saw it in that game. I mean, like we said, he's freshman. It is his home game, but when you feel that extra love, I feel like that helps. And something else I was going to say is I think it's easier when you're younger to play at away games. Just because you don't have that extra pressure of I got to make these people proud. I got to put on for these people.
Yeah.
You're kind of more free.
We actually had that exact conversation. I don't know. You must have been listening to the pregame show on that Saturday. But, with TJ Lateef, it's you love Husker fans. There's nothing wrong with those guys packing that place out, but it's me included. It would have been all eyes on TJ Lateef because everyone's waiting to see, like, can he do it? It was the first time seeing him. Like, every eye would be on him if he was playing at Memorial Stadium. And obviously that makes sense for the fans, but it is kind of nice to be over an away game. You got enough Husker fans, but it's not 86,000 just staring you down. Like, can you do it?
Yeah.
The way he played, I'm convinced that he probably could have done it.
Oh,
but it was nice to see it at UCLA on the road. And me and Austin Orman talked about it on that first hour. First incomplete pass wasn't until late in the third quarter.
Yeah, that's a crazy stat.
For freshman quarterback coming in there, first time.
First game.
Just totally poised.
There's literally video game numbers.
It is.
I can't even do that in video games. I'm not that good at Madden. But
if let me play on like rookie mode.
Yeah, if I could do on rookie, yeah,
I can get you there.
Do it.
Yeah, you put me on Heisman. It's 2 picks guaranteed.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not putting up those numbers, but it's a great thing to have, and we mentioned it all across Husker land. It was just a ton of wins over the entire weekend here, and I gotta say, final thing I got for you: Husker football. They are now at 7 wins.
Yep.
2 games left on the schedule. They got a bye week this weekend, so you got some time to rest up. Then they hit the road and then go play Penn State at Happy Valley. Penn State surprisingly almost beat Indiana.
Great game.
So I don't know if they're going to be like dejected because they lost another close one versus a really good team, or if they're going to be fired up like enough's enough. Like, we're right there. We're still as good as we were before the head coach. This is Nebraska's team we should beat up. Or, like I said, you get deflated. And then you get Iowa, who almost beat Oregon.
Yeah.
Who looks actually pretty good on offense. They have a good running quarterback. Something they haven't had in years past. They had the statue that was Deacon Hill. They had, oh man, you'd have to go through the list. They don't really have a quarterback like Gronowski that can actually threaten you with his legs. He's a decent enough passer. How do you think Nebraska finishes these last 2 games? And what do you, not even wins or losses, what would you consider success with 2 games left on the year? Penn State on the road, Iowa at home, and you're already at 7 wins.
I would say success for sure, at least guaranteeing your last win. You want to walk out off the season with a dub, especially at home.
Especially versus the Hawkeyes.
That's what I'm saying, especially a rivalry game. I can't say that, but you want to win that game, and you want to make a statement at home. Send the fans off before we go to a bowl game, determine where we're at. But I think Penn State's going to be kind of pissed off, and I think that this could be a change of tone for us. We get a good dub against them, that breaks them.
It puts them in a spin.
That's what I'm saying.
And then if you guys sneak up later in the year,
exactly,
like the whole university's on a spin.
That's what we want, and that happened, I would be ecstatic.
Yeah, because volleyball out.
Yeah,
football out. Wrestling to be decided.
Yeah,
and then if football is like kind of hanging on by a thread, if they get the right coach, but it does feel like a Nebraska loss would just kind of crush.
Yeah,
because then you got 1 game left in the year. You just lost a close one versus a really good Indiana team, and then you choke and you lose to Nebraska. You're sitting there like, okay, but it's just nice to be at a point this late in the season where there's something to play for. Caleb Smith,
for sure.
Like, we're not just sitting here hoping when you win a game to end the year. I will say though, a little bit of me was weirdly almost wanting Iowa to beat Oregon.
I did too, a little bit,
and to beat their next game, and then to have a college playoff bound Iowa get bounced out by a loss to the Huskers at home.
That would be fire.
Like, it'd make that game really exciting. But nonetheless, Iowa, they took that loss. It's still going to be a good game. It always is when those guys play. It always means something. And hopefully we could win that rivalry trophy, as you and I both said. That's going to wrap it up for us. Appreciate you guys listening. Don't go anywhere. We got DeMornay Pierce-Snell, the former Husker special teams threat, wide receiver, whichever title you want to give him, coming up next right here. 93.7 The Ticket.